Are you still looking for free items for Sale-a-Bration? Well, you have until the end of February to take advantage of Sale-a-Bration. Half a day, everyone. This is Becky Tovis with Crafty Chamarita. I come to you live every Friday at 12 o'clock Guam time, and Pacific time, I think it's 6 o'clock in the evening. I am just so happy that I got my system to work, because if you remember last week, I had a little bit of difficulty and I couldn't get it to work. So this week, is good. And how did I resolve it, you ask? Well, I finally installed the update. So I don't know if you ever see those reminders that say there's a free update available. And, for the longest time, I just said, skip, I'll do it later. And I said, you know what, maybe that was a problem. So I finally did the update and I was able to get everything to work. So yay. So those of you who are watching me live, I appreciate that you're here with me. And those of you who are watching the replay, thank you so much for watching. So I hope that I inspire you to use the designer series paper that I'm going to be showcasing today. So it's called Sunny Days. So let me go ahead and flip my screen here. Oops, I forgot to move my my cheat sheet out of the way. So if you're looking for the paper, it is going to be found on page, my post-it is blocking the page here. It's found on page 5 and it's called The Sunny Days and it looks like this. So of course I forget to put the paper in front of me. Let me grab it real quick. I was just so worried about making sure that my system worked that I forgot to get the paper. So don't mind this mess. I have 2 packs open. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you open one pack and then you can't find where you put it. So you have to open the second pack. Well, that's exactly what happened with me today. So with this designer series paper, it's 2-sided. So this one, actually this set coincides with the Bright Skies a stamp set in the new mini catalog. I don't have that stamp set, so I'm just going to be working off the designer series paper, but you're going to see that the paper is so versatile and you can do so many things with it. So that's, as I mentioned, this one has the cloud, and I think the die set from that stamp set, from that bundle, will cut out this cloud. And if not, you can fussy cut it. That's what I did. So the back of it has clouds. This one has flowers. And the back has, this is pale pink. It has diagonals. This one has flowers as well. And the back side looks like skies. This one has strawberries. And the back side has butterflies. This is in crushed curry. This one has cherries. And the back side has pool party lines. So this is really nice. You can use this side to imitate rain falling down sideways. So very, very nice paper. And as I mentioned to you, very versatile. So after I show you how to do the card, I'll show you other cards that I made with it. I kind of got carried away. So sometimes, when I'm in here and I'm playing, I end up wanting to use up all the DSP or something else. Okay, so let me show you the card that we're going to be making. And it looks like this. So this is one of the new fun folds. I don't know what the name is. And I put a little twist on it because I decided to put a belly band. So I didn't realize until I started making it how thick the card was going to be. So if you don't want it to be that thick and you're worried about how much you're going to spend in mailing, then just leave, don't put the card stock. And I'll talk about that as I make it. Hi, Ev. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for joining me. Yes, this is very pretty paper. So this stamp set is not, okay, where did I get that from? I put all the stamp set here. It's from the Heartfelt Hello. This is another free Sale-a-Bration stamp. I really like the stamp set. So I'm going to remove the belly band. That's what this is called, a belly band, because it was a little bit thick and it was hard to keep flat. So the card opens this way. So it showcases the different designer series paper, 3 different ones, and then it opens up this way, okay? And then I'll show you what I did to kind of change things around. Okay. Hi, Anne. Thank you for watching from California. I hope that you didn't have the flooding issue like San Diego. So I know a few days ago San Diego was flooded. Yes, this is a fun pack of paper, and I love. Sandra did a demonstration with this paper along with the bundle. So she's got lots of great ideas. Okay, so first of all, let me turn this way. So you're going to get a piece of cardstock, and this is going to be 11 by 5.5. So the cardstock, if it looks like this, just cut it in half this way, okay? And you're going to score it. What I'll do is when I post it, I'll post a picture of my cheat sheet. Okay, good. Thank goodness you didn't get flooded. Yes, California definitely needs the rain. You can take some of Guam's rains because sometimes we have an overabundance of rain. So here, you're going to score it at 1.5. I already scored this ahead of time. At 3.5 and at 6 3/4. Okay? So it's going to fold. I always get confused how to fold it. So I always start with this one here because I know that the card is going to get folded this way. So it is a variation of hills and valleys. Then I fold that back. And then I fold this forward. Okay, so that's all set and ready to go. I know some of you, I think it was Sandra and my sister, you guys were saying that I don't fold it over and you can't, how can I do it? And generally I keep this flat, but because this fold, you need to show where all the folds are. I had to go ahead and burnish it so I could see where the score lines are. So what I did was I cut everything ahead of time. I'm going to put my cheat sheet here so that I can see what I'm doing. So it's really just a matter of layering. So what I did, let me see, get my pieces set here. Okay. So some pieces you're just going to cut one of, some of them you're going to cut two. Okay. All right. So this piece here, you really just need, oops, I forgot to do a second one of this. This one, you need two pieces of this because it's going to go here in the front, right? And when you flip it over, it's going to go here as well. So I'm going to have to go back and cut a piece for that. I thought I got all my pieces set, but I guess I did not. So let me go ahead and assemble it. And then I'll show you how this is going to go. Okay, I'll put that on the side. So this piece here, the DSP, the back layer is 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. And the DSP is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. So you don't have to write this down because like I said, I'll take a picture of my cheat sheet and then I'll post it. So you can copy it from there. And what I typically like to do, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, is I like to make a dummy card. I got a piece of glue here. And so when I say dummy card, I mean something like this. So I'll take the card and I'll write the dimensions on it so that later on when I need to make the card, I'll just pull this up, right? So it'll be really easy. Hey, Charlene, hi. Thank you for joining me. Wow, this is, I think, the first time I've seen you be able to watch it live. I know with your schedule, it may not be conducive to it. Okay, and then the next piece for these two bigger pieces here, this one is going to be, the back layer is 1 7/8 by 5 3/8, and the DSP is 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. It's just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So if you don't want the cards to be thick, then what you can do is don't put the cardstock. So you can put the designer series paper. So I'm just going to head and use the cardstock because I already cut it. But I know that when I give this card, I'm probably going to give it to somebody locally. I'm not going to mail it. Am I using the right side? Oh, I'm not using the right. See, I'm not paying attention. It's okay. I'm just going to have to modify my DSP. It's okay. I wanted this to be part of the big piece because I really like that paper. But it's okay. Like I said, sometimes you end up doing things that are mistakes. and then they end up turning out to be nicer than you originally thought. Okay. Sorry, I should have glued this ahead of time, but I wanted you to kind of see how the pieces work together. So I'm going to glue all of them together first, and then I'll put them on my panel. So this here, I have two panels that are the same. So this is panel 3. This is 3 1/8 by 5 3/8. And the DSP is 3 by 5 1/4. I'm only going to put the DSP on one side. Okay, so I don't want this to be the same. So I'm going to have to glue it here. I want it to show a different DSP on each panel. Okay, now I'm not going to put a designer series paper here for one of them, because this is going to be where you put the sentiment. So on panel 3, this is where you're going to write the sentiment. So I don't want to put a DSP here. If you decide you want to use a DSP, then use a light colored one like this card. Okay, so this is light enough that you can write on it. Okay. And then for my big panel, so this is going to be, look at my cheat sheet here. The back layer is going to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. So this ends up to be the standard size that we normally use when we use a card front for half of the card. I think once you start making cards, you remember the dimensions, right? So if half of a card is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So to do a panel, what would be 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so let me go ahead and put these on, adhere it to my card. Let's start with the big piece. Just going to go here. I know there's a glare from my light, so I'm trying to make sure that I have something in this area so that the glare doesn't distract you. You're at your lunch and working in my class. Keep you as my entertainment. Oh, well, thank you so much for letting me be your entertainment. Yay! And then when you go home, hopefully you'll be able to make the card, right? Okay, so this is going to be inside. So I'm going to keep this as plain, the plain cardstock. So that whoever sends the card, or if I end up sending it, I can write my message here. Okay. And then this is going to go here. You know what? I'm going to end up having to cut the pieces because this one's going to look weird if the panel doesn't have a piece. So just remember that when you start cutting these, you're going to have to duplicate it. Everybody gets 2. Okay. And I'll just go ahead and put this in here now, and then I'll cut a piece. So sorry, bear with me as I cut that piece. Because like I said, it's going to look weird if I put it on one side and then I don't put it on the other. Plus, I'm going to need that when I put my sentiment, okay? So when it folds, it's going to fold like this. So I wanted to make sure that when you look at it, the panels match, right? So, oh no, well, anyways, it's okay. I messed up in the beginning, so that's why these are not going to match, but that's okay. You get to see all the DSP in one shot. So this is going to go here. In the sample that I was looking at, the DSP was all same DSP, but it was just kind of all in different directions. And then this is going to go here. I can feel how thick this card is already. So this is definitely not going to be mailed. I've been sending so many cards that I actually ran out of stamps. So I'm going to have to buy stamps or else I won't be able to send out more cards. And I learned something interesting. So if you saw my post from before, wait, let me think. Okay, what panel do I need? I need the one that looks like rain. Let me grab it. My daughter is doing a pen pal program. And so she told me that because three of her pen pals are overseas, that there is a forever stamp for overseas mail. So that way, as long as it's less than 1 ounce, then you can just use the same stamp. And you can actually buy it off of USPS. That's what she ended up doing. Isn't that cool, right? I know. My daughter is so talented, and she is definitely a lot more daring in terms of her medium for her creativity. She dabs in a little bit of everything. Me, I just stick to stamping and scrapbooking. That's my happy place. So this one's going to be 1 1/4. So I'm going to line it up here by 5 1/4. Okay, and let me grab my pool party paper. Is that what I use? Yeah. And I've shown you guys this before. So what I do is when I have scraps, I put the scraps in here. So that way when I need that particular color, I have it. I order stamps online. You order stamps. Oh, okay, okay, cool. Yeah, cool for you. I tried doing that, Sandra, but for some reason, USPS doesn't like me. So even when I tried doing the click and ship and all of that, it just doesn't cooperate. And I hate going to the post office to get stamps because, man, the line at the Barragata post office is terrible. So this is going to be 1 3/8. So if you are not sure about how to handle the measurement, then what I do is I go to the bigger one. So I know that 1 3/8 is close to 1 4/8, which is is at the halfway mark, right? So I know it's going to be 1/8 an inch away from the halfway mark. I know that sounds a little bit convoluted, but that's what works for me. Okay, and then this is going to be 5 3/8. So right before the halfway mark. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. So it's really just a sliver that I'm going to end up cutting. Yeah, so I may end up having to ask my daughter to order stamps for me online because I just don't have the best of luck. Okay. And remember, we want to get those cards sent. I also order stamps online, but because of weather issues, they've been stuck in Wisconsin since January 18th. Hopefully arrive in time for Valentine's. Wow. And I didn't realize that, I should have thought about that because between the snowstorms and the rain, it's just really being wreaking havoc, right, with the postal deliveries. I hope you get them in time too. Okay. All right. So I have all of my pieces in place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I know I pre-cut everything. So what I am going to use is this stamp set called Filled with Happiness. And it has a corresponding punch, which is the oval punch. It looks like this. And I'm going to use the one that is the happy birthday one, just because for our card ministry, we have to do get well cards and birthday cards for Monday. So, you know me, I'll kill two birds with one stone, right? Okay, so let me think about this. So this one I'm going to do in Memento Black. Stuck there. Because I'm going to end up coloring this. So I'm going to stamp that here first. And I'm going to clean this because I'm going to actually stamp it on 2 different surfaces. I hope I didn't make that go too close. I roll around. I roll around in here so much that sometimes I feel like I'm rolling off the chair. I don't know if you guys ever feel like that. Wouldn't that be funny if I just rolled off the chair? Okay, and then I'm going to do this again. I'm going to stamp it again. But I'm going to use my shaded, oh, it's supposed to be shaded spruce. I took the pretty peacock. That's not what I wanted. I want shaded spruce because that's the color that coordinates with this paper. So I'm going to stamp it again, and then you'll see why in a minute. Okay, leave it there for a second. All right, that looks pretty nice. Let me move that away so that I don't end up putting ink all over the place. And then just bear with me while I do some quick coloring. So I have 3 different colors here. I have Pool Party, and then I have, I got Peacock. Oh, I meant to get Shaded Spruce. Oh, well. And then I got Moody Mauve. Okay, so let me start with the leaves because I want the leaves to be in Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to start with the light. And I'm just going to use the skinny tip because this is a very tight surface to color. And I'm going to do the same thing for the top. My coloring is not the best, especially when I do it quickly when I'm online. So I don't always color in the lines. Okay. Oh, that turns on. I don't think you're going to see the difference. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Pool Party for the bird. Or did I want to do the mauve? No, the Pool Party. So this one I'm using the thicker side. And when you do use this side, try not to go at it from the top down like this. Try to do it from the side because you'll save your tip. Your tip will last longer by doing it that way. Okay. And let me go in with the darker Pool Party. I'm just going to use the skinny tip. And I just typically just follow the lines of the picture. And then the Pretty Peacock, I'm going to use the dark here. And I'm just going to color the bottom parts of the leaf. Just so that it shows that there's different colors in here. I know there's a lot of people who find coloring to be very, very therapeutic. Hi, Lisa. Oh my goodness, I'm getting people from all over. My cousin Lisa is in Hawaii. She's another talented creator, but she works with flowers. And her flower creations are so beautiful. Okay. All right, you can't really see the Moody Mauve, but that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my punch. And I'm going to punch out this middle image. So that's why I did, oh, things are flying all over the place. I did it twice so that I could take this and put it on this part of the card. Let me grab my dimensionals here. Just to elevate it so it adds a little bit more height and interest to the card. And then I'm just going to cover it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, since the card is going to go like this, I'm going to align it with this here, and then I'm going to put it here. But because this is a little bit heavy, I I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tear and tape, because this card is really thick. And I'm just going to kind of guesstimate. I tore a little bit. How much I'm going to need. Let me grab my pick here. I can remove that. Because remember, tear and tape is meant to use when you have heavy things to put on. Oops, just trying to align it. There you go. And the card is almost done. Okay. Ah, I did this wrong. Rat. I was supposed to put this on the belly band. Okay. Yep, too late. It's okay. So this card is not going to have a belly band because I was supposed to attach it to the belly band, just like I did with this one. See? So with this belly band, you slide it over the card. And it goes like this. So this card is not going to have a belly band, but it's okay. Nobody is going to complain about it. Okay. Happy birthday may be filled with happiness. And then it opens up to this. Pretty, right? Okay. So hopefully you guys like it and don't mess up and put this on the belly band. Okay. Don't put it on the card itself. All right. Let me show you the other cards that I made, because I'm excited to show you. Okay, so for this card and this card and this card and even this, of course, I don't have it in front of me, but I use the hybrid embossing folder. I'm going to do a reel on that. So you know what? Hang on real quick. Let me grab it so I can show you. Okay. I didn't clean it. So I forgot the name of this. So basically what I did with the hybrid embossing folder, and like I said, I'll do a reel on this, is I used my brayer and I put color on this side of it. Then I ran it through. I put the paper inside. I ran it through it so that it has the color. And then I used the accompanying dies to cut it all out. So that's how I got the words that goes with my card. Cool, right? I love that. You guys need to get that. It's so pretty. So here, let me get these out of the way so I could show you one at a time. This one is also a new die. So this comes from, these are all new, you guys, so I don't remember the names. So this is part of the Thoughtful Expressions. Thoughtful Expressions dies, and this actually comes with a lot. So it comes with this stamp set, and typically what I do is I put the dies that go along with it on this side. So I included the dies here because they go along with these stamps. You can tell I haven't used this stamp set yet to match it. But then the ones that are using for, I can use for multi-purposes, then I'm just going to, I put it on a magnetic sheet, and then I kept it back in the folder. Okay. So I used this die for that. So this is another great bundle to get. So I just put hello. I was trying to use all of the papers. Okay. And then this is a fold that I like to use over and over. And then I use the butterfly, and I just use the blender brushes to add some crushed curry to that. It opens up to this. And then what I did, just so you know, if you end up doing this card, it's really easy. It's just a regular card like this, and you score it in half. So this is going to be half of 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. So just score it here and then fold it back. Okay. And then what I did is I cut 2 pieces that are the same. And after I assembled the first piece, then I took this piece and I matched it up and then I flipped it that way. That way you get the alignment to be perfect. Okay. Another one, I just layered the cards. I mean the designer series paper, and I put Celebrate. Here, I love to use this vellum. The vellum and this punch is like one of my all-time favorite. If you see my cards, you see that I tend to use this over and over again. Hi, Tess. Thanks for joining me. Gosh, you guys are so great watching my video, and there's so many of you. I'm so thrilled. Okay, and then I think that's it with that kind of wording. All right, and then I also did this. So what I did was I fussy cut the cloud. So if you don't have the bundle, because I don't, I didn't have the bundle, so I'm just going to put this here to cover the glare. I just fussy cut the clouds, and then before I put the clouds in, I used the blending brush to put a little bit of color. So it looks very simple, but it's really nice. And then I used the hexagon punch. So I used this stamp set, the Heartfelt Hellos. You could tell this is a favorite because I'm always gravitating towards this when I make my card. And then it coordinates with the hexagon punch. For a minute there, I couldn't say the word. And then this here, again, I use the same dies from the Thoughtful Expressions, but I used this one, the one that looks like a scallop. I think that's the word for it. It looks like a scallop. So I just layered it. And this is a retired happy birthday die. My goal was to use all of the papers. And then I just did this one using strips. And because we have to submit Get Well cards, a lot of the cards that I'm making have the Get Well or the happy birthday on it. That's what we have to do for Monday. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show you. What I'll do, like I always do after my lives, then I take pictures of the cards and I post it. So I'll do that as soon as the live is done. And then I'll also take a picture of my dummy card and I'll post that as well. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And for those of you who are thinking of becoming a demonstrator, think about it. I mean, such a great community, and if you join, you have the option of getting this glass mat, which is awesome. I mean, it's so great for doing work on it, and if you watch one of my lives from before, I showed the many uses of this glass mat. All right, so thank you everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe wherever you're at, and happy stamping. Bye.